is Dan Riley, and I will be doing a presentation on Business by Design. Initially, we'll be doing an overview, and I will be showing you some of the different things we can do with the system, including executive dashboards and analytics. We'll also show some of the built-in business flows and the ability to tie into other systems with web services. Now, we are signed in as Eddie Smoke. Eddie wants to use the personalization features of ByDesign to customize his home page to include the specific embedded analytics that he is most interested in seeing when he first signs onto the system. So this is the home page here, and what Eddie has access to is over 150 embedded analytics that he can display on the screen and also anywhere, many other places within the system. So what I'm going to first show you is I'm going to show you some of the personalization features of the system. This is his home page here. Now what he wants on here is he wants a report that he currently doesn't have. So what we're going to do, and he wants it to show up on the screen somewhere. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to personalization. And these personalization features are available throughout the system on all the different screens. You can personalize the screen to show just what you want to show on it, and it doesn't affect anybody else and what everybody else is seeing. So what Eddie wants is he wants to see a report, that financial statements report here every day when he comes in here. And what you can see here is you can see he has currently the inbox, top work list, latest news. These things are checked off here, and contact list on the bottom. These things are checked off here that he has on here. But what he wants is a report that doesn't show up on here. So we're going to go to our reports and we're going to add it. And it's a financial report. We're going to go down to financial reports, financial statements. And the one we're looking for is financial statements, plan actual, my area, this one right here. So I'm going to click on that. How do we want it to appear? It's expanded, not small. The view is going to be this one right here, financial statements, plan actual by selected period. Let's do that. Let's do this one here. We're going to add that. That then moves it up here to our menu, and it's now up here, financial statements. Where does he want it to display? We're going to have it display a little higher in the list here. So we're going to come up, move it up the list. Financial statement, got to click on it, move it up the list here, and we'll put it right under there. And then the latest news, we'll put the latest news on the left and my top work list on the right. So we're going to unshade this area here, and that will sort those out. Okay, so now we're done with that. We're going to save it. And then we're going to exit out of here. And we'll now rebuild it. Now one of the really nice things about these analytics is that they are in memory. That means they're extremely fast. They're in memory. And the system is not going out the disk to get this information over here. It's all of it is in memory. So it's extremely fast, and you can sort through this information very quickly. And this is the way all the reports or all the analytics are. They're all in memory. So this is our report right here. Okay. So one of the things here, now you say it's in memory. The reason it runs so fast is it updates itself on a regular basis. And you can tell it how often you want it to update. Okay. So you can tell it here with the action, set the refresh rate. You can tell it here how frequently you want this report to be updated. So what it'll do is it'll crank away, update the report, and then put it in main memory so that then you have access to it, and it's very rapid. So you can immediately update this report if you wanted to every 3 hours, whatever your interest is in updating that report. And that's how it goes so quickly, because it's in main memory. All right, now. So we're looking at this financial statement, and that's on here. But we have many other reports. So let's take a look at our whole list of reports here. And what we're going to look for is that Eddie wants to know for the customer heat transfer what their profitability is. So he's going to look for a profitability report here. So let's type in profit and do a search and find the profitability report by key figure. Let's pull this one up. And this is a selection screen here. This screen allows the user, and these screens are found throughout the system. Anytime you're doing a lookup on a vendor, customer, item, pretty much any area of the system, instead of looking through the whole thing and sorting through it, this allows you to sort through in your selection and just pick certain things. So what we're interested in is a particular customer here, and we're interested in heat transfer. So we're going to type in heat, and then any company with the name heat will come up. We're going to select that. So that's our company. Now, it'll go through this report, profit overview by key figure, and it'll just bring back the information for that specific customer heat transfer that we had selected. So here's our information down here. This is the standard report, product category, product, net sales revenue. The customer's name is not in here. So what we want to do is we want to modify this report. We want to change it on our own to show the information we want. So let's go down here, and this will show all the other different fields that are associated with this report that we can bring in. Here's customer. We're going to bring customer up here, and then the system will go through and bring the customer up and display it on the report. And we're going to get rid of product category because we're not interested in that. And so here's our information for heat transfer. Everything's sorted out for heat transfer. Here's our profitability for that one particular customer. And you can look at these a variety of different ways. You can look at it in a pie chart, hover over here, and it'll tell you that's 1.1 million in sales. And this is another item in how many sales were. So there's a variety of different ways you can look at the report. Okay. Now, also throughout this system is the ability to download any report at all to Excel. So you can send this report out to Excel, and then you can open it and do anything you want with it while you're in Excel. So there's the report in Excel. You can do anything you want. These reports are generally a one-way report where they go from ByDesign over to Excel. However, a number of them are two-way reports, most notably the one that I think of mostly as the budget report. So you can pull off budgeting information from within the system, actual numbers that you have by department, dump that to an Excel spreadsheet, put in the budget numbers for next year, massage them any way you want, and then upload it back into the budgeting portion of ByDesign. So, and then also we have SAP ByDesign is got a plug-in here for Excel, and you can actually log in. You can open up Excel by itself and actually log into Business ByDesign and create reports. So that's a nice integration with Excel that we have right out of the box. Okay. Now, what we're going to do here is now to show you some of the drill down capability of Business ByDesign. We're going to say we want to find out more about heat transfer. So we're just going to go over here to heat transfer, click on it, and say we want to view the account overview. And this is going to take us over to the account information. All of this is controlled by security. So if you don't have security to see the account information, to see this information here, even though you might see heat transfer on a report, it won't allow you to drill down into it. It's only available if you have security access to do so. This is a variety of different information here. You can see people responsible. One of the people here is Kate Jacob. She is the person responsible for sales. Now, by identifying Kate as a person responsible for sales, what that means to the system is that if a lead is put into the system for this particular customer, it will automatically route that lead to Kate for processing. So that's a business flow document flow that we have within the system that routes things to the appropriate people, which is a powerful tool. So here we have a lot of information right on this one screen here. There's some report information down here, history reports, so forth. Some other reports here about activity. Just a lot of drill down capability. I like this screen here. This screen's really got a lot of information on it. All the sales quotes, leads, opportunities, sales orders, contacts, target groups, which are for campaigns, any campaigns, other activities. It's just got a wealth of information, sales history, all in one spot. And the nice thing is you can sort all of this down a little bit further. So, for example, in sales orders, you can say, instead of showing me open orders, show me all the orders. And then it will pop up all the orders. And then if you may have, for example, say for some reason you're looking for an order, $13.95, you can scroll down and see if you can find $13.95 on here. $13.95, there it is. So now if you have some information about this, you can drill down further by clicking on this order right now. So now, again, we're drilling even deeper into it. We started with a report with our heat transfer. We drill from there down into the open sales or the sales order history. Now we're drilling into a particular sales order. And you can come into the sales order and you can see quite a bit of information here on the sales order. So for example, what is the history of the sales order? Well, let's click on document flow. The document flow does, and this is a really beautiful thing here, it shows you where this sales order came from. Was there a sales quote? Was there an opportunity? Was there a campaign? What were the invoices that were created out of this sales order? It shows you that graphically that whole history of this sales order. So right now it's going to go out there and it's going to pull up the sales order as well as all of the other documents associated with it. So the sales order was created from the sales quote, which was created from this opportunity. Here's the opportunity number here, 551, and we could drill down into that opportunity if we chose to. So here's our customer invoice, clearing accounts. Now say we want to see what the journal entries were here. We could just click on here and see what the actual journal entries were for this invoice for this sales order. And here is the actual journal entry here. Accounts receivable domestic sales. And this is on the set of books of IFRS. Business by Design tracks IFRS as well as US GAAP. It does it concurrently. That means it's actually we're doing the transactions in both of these sets of books at the same time. And when you pull up reports, you can do one or the other. You can do either one. Okay, so this is where we are now. We're going to close that out. And we'll go back to the document flow. And let's say we want to take a look at this particular invoice here. Let's click on the invoice. Now we want to see exactly what did the customer get when they got this invoice. Now the preview will show us the document in Adobe Acrobat. Adobe PDF is how we manage all of our documents. So this PDF invoice was sent out to the customer via email. This particular customer set up to have invoices sent out automatically via email. And this is the actual document itself. These documents, because they're done in Adobe, you can modify them any way you want, and then what you want can be sent out. So that's a very easy way for you to customize it the way you want it to work. Okay, let's close that. And then, again, you can see the integration between everything here. All of the information is available to you. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take another look at this account heat transfer specialist. Go back to the account master by clicking on heat transfer specialist. I'm going to click view all. And we're going to take a look at the contacts here. Relationships and responsibilities. And we notice here that there is a note. Now, a public note was put in here. We will be raising this company's credit limit to $100,000 next quarter. These notes are available. Sticky notes are available. You can put a note on here. There's a private note that you just put in there for yourself, and only you can see it. Okay, and then you can do that. Or you can put in a public note that everybody can see, such as this one here, wanting people to be aware of the fact that the credit limit is going to be going up for this customer. That's a powerful tool. Any kind of note you want, you can put on here. You can any number of notes, and then you can just keep track of some piece of information, and whether you want other people to see it or not is entirely up to you. Okay, here we see again Kate Jacobs. She's responsible for sales. Here's the other people responsible for service. And then you can identify all different people within or without your organization that are responsible for different pieces of things. Okay, so now what we're going to do here is we're going to create a task. Now, Eddie Smoke put this note in. He's upping the credit limit. He wants to do something else here. He wants to include these guys in a new marketing campaign. So what he's going to do is he's going to click New and put in Task. This is the workflow that's built within the system. He can, from this account, send a task to his marketing person, Michelle. Michelle, there she is. You can send it from this account. So it actually drags the account information along with it, sends the task to Michelle, and he's going to say, Michelle, please include in next campaign. And he's going to give a little more note here. Include in the Midwest campaign for current customers. Okay, so he's going to send this note to her. He's going to add any attachments he wants, and he's saving it and closing it. And the system will then route that task to Michelle Johnson. That's the end of our current overview. That's the overview for the system, and I thank you for attending.